Boom. Under the bombardment of the rocket launcher, a violent explosion occurred in the office and a raging fire ignited. Amick and his men were swallowed up by the scorching flames before they even had time to fire their guns. With the assistance of Lu Chuang, Mindy went to again several rockets were fired from the location of the office.
After finishing all this, the two didn't stay long, grabbed the bazooka and stuffed it into a big bag and quickly left the rooftop. It's so cool, it's definitely the coolest thing I've ever done. Mindy shouted excitedly as he ran, as if he had discovered the door to a new world.
In the past, she and Big Daddy started to deal with Amick's subordinates. It was like a level-breaking game. Only after passing one level can they lead to the final boss battle. Now Lu Chuang takes her to skip all the mob levels. Directly went around the back-end boss's lair. This feeling is simply amazing.
However, she still couldn't help asking curiously, is this really an assassination? Why do I feel weird? What are you thinking? This is definitely an assassination. Did you see that there was a living person discovering our identity at the end?
No. Mindy thought for a while. Under the power of such a terrifying explosion, not to mention the skull, even the ceiling was almost blown up, and now the bones of Amick and his men are afraid that there is not even scum left, so they directly cremation. How could there be living people in the office?
Lu Chuang said righteously. Since no living person found out our identities in the end, I have no doubts, this is a perfect assassination operation. So that's it, I understand. Mindy suddenly realized that killing all the enemies is the true meaning of an assassin.
When the two of them ran down the stairs to the bottom of the building, the urgent sound of sirens came from a distance, and Lu Chuang found the motorcycle that had been prepared by the side of the road calmly, and sat in the driver's seat.
Then he looked back at Mindy, who was sitting in the back seat. Hold on firmly, my speed may be a little faster next time, don't let go. Lu Chuang reminded him kindly.
Mindy felt that she was underestimated, and she was full of confidence. Don't underestimate me. If it weren't for my short legs, I could ride a motorcycle by myself. No matter how fast your car is, you can't scare me, even if you drive fast. Don't worry.
That's good. After all, this is the second time for me to sit in the driving seat of a motorcycle. I will inevitably feel a little nervous. Since you have said so, then I can rest assured. Wait. What did you say? Under Mindy's frightened gaze, Lu Chuang twisted the accelerator suddenly, and the motorcycle shot out instantly. Accompanied by the brutal roar of the engine, the surrounding scenery is crazily reversed. Ah, 5 million USD has arrived in the account, and the employer is very satisfied with you, saying that it is a 4-star praise. In Sister Margaret's bar, Weasel took the black card from Lu Chuang, and then transferred the reward to Lu Chuang's account. Why 4 stars, shouldn't it be 5 stars? Lu Chuang was not happy. The other party said that your driving skills are too good, so 1 star will be deducted. Lu Chuang was stunned. Point deducted for being too good, what kind of thing is that? Looking at the extra 5 million United States dollars on the account, Lu Chuang felt that at least he had a pair of steel gloves, and it was a big step away from 50 million United States dollars. Thinking of this, Lu Chuang couldn't wait to say, Weasel, put all the high-paying commissions in New York. I want to clean up the copy of the entire New York. Wait a minute, before that, I have something to tell you. Weasel motioned Lu Chuang to look behind with his eyes, and said, there is someone over there who said he was looking for you, you'd better go and have a look. Looking for me? Lu Chuang was a little surprised. Could it be that his reputation as Sister Margaret's bar handle has spread so quickly? Without thinking too much, Lu Chuang picked up the Happy Fat House water from the bar, turned around and walked to the corner of the bar, wanting to see the person the Weasel mentioned. We meet again, Doctor. As the familiar voice came, Lu Chuang realized that it was Matt. It's you, Lawyer Ma. I'm not working in the church today, you need to talk to me at another time. Matt's expression froze. Lu Chuang's words brought back some very bad memories for him. Lu Chuang asked curiously, how did you find this place? It's not difficult to find you as long as you know your range of activities, Matt said in a deep voice. For him with super hearing, it is really not difficult to locate a person. Without Lu Chuang's knowledge, Matt has secretly followed him and discovered this mercenary bar. Taking a deep breath, Matt said expressionlessly, Mr. Lu, I already know your identity, so you are a mercenary.
When his identity was exposed, Lu Chuang did not panic, and said solemnly, "Actually, my main job is still a priest. It's just that the church is on summer vacation recently. I took advantage of the vacation to work as a summer job and part-time as a mercenary."
Matt didn't respond. He didn't believe the lie of summer vacation workers and part-time mercenaries. After a few seconds of silence, Matt suddenly said something that surprised Lu Chuang. "Since you are a mercenary, I would like to ask you to complete a commission this time." "Do you want to issue a commission?" Lu Chuang raised his eyebrows and asked. "Tell me first, what is the content of the entrustment?" Ask before doing. Now Lu Chuang has fully possessed the qualities that a mercenary should have. "I hope you can go with me to save people." "Save people?"
Lu Chuang was taken aback. He didn't expect the content of this commission. After all, he knew that Matt was not an ordinary person. As a daredevil in Hell's Kitchen, he didn't back down in the face of so many criminals. Now he actually needs to hire himself to save people together.
Matt said with a complicated expression. "Yes, save a person. This person is a woman who has a good relationship with me." "Oh, it's your concubine." Lu Chuang suddenly realized. Matt choked suddenly. "What a concubine, can you use a better word?" His emotions became incoherent to Lu Chuang again. Worst of all though, Matt found himself seeming to be getting used to it, and quickly picked up the line. "We have a great relationship, I mean, she was my TZT from college."
Fearing that Lu Chuang would come up with some strange words, Matt emphasized the identity of the other party, and continued. "Not long ago, she suddenly appeared and found me, saying that she wanted my help, although the things she did I didn't like it very much, but I heard it was about gangsters, so I agreed."
As a result, when we investigated deeply, we found that the gang organization was not simple, and it was full of ninjas who had received the most professional training. Speaking of this, Matt frowned suddenly, and he found that he seemed to have talked too much. Everything that should be said has been said, and some things that should not be said are almost all said. He had a perception, only to find that Lu Chuang in front of him was drinking the happy fat house water, while listening with his ears up, with an expression of watching a play. Finding that Matt didn't speak, Lu Chuang urged subconsciously. "Go on. Why don't you talk? We're talking about the exciting part. I can tell you, breaking chapters will cost you money." Matt. He suddenly felt that he shouldn't be here. Matt took a deep breath. For Lu Chuang's weird ability that makes people confide, he was not without any defenses before that. However, he still fell for it unknowingly. To be honest, if it wasn't for asking for help, Matt wouldn't even want to contact Lu Chuang.
Matt broke the jar and said directly, "We found that gang organization named Hand Heihui, and its members are all neon ninjas who are proficient in various fighting skills and weapons. Our actions were quickly discovered. After that, we were hunted down by a large number of ninjas.
In the end, I managed to escape, but Erica was caught by those ninjas on the spot, and I couldn't save her in time."
Matt clenched his fists and turned towards Lu Chuang with a serious face. "So, I hope you can go with me to rescue Erica. Those ninjas are not weak. Only me, a person it is very difficult to rescue Erica safely, and I need your help."
Title trigger. Thieves Don't Leave Empty Space, can be completed. Unlock condition. Steal the treasures of the hand and society, a total of 30 million United States dollars, 0.03 thousandths W. Title obtained. Super High School Level Thief. The game system pops up suddenly, triggering a new achievement task. Lu Chuang was overjoyed, and immediately let go of Matt in front of him, and looked at the content of the mission. Steal the treasures of the hand and society. And there is a limit on the amount, which adds up to at least 30 million United States dollars.
Lu Chuang lowered his head and pondered. He didn't see the difficulty of this achievement task for the time being. After all, he wasn't sure if there were any treasures worth 20 million yuan in Hand Heihui. Even if there were, he didn't know where these treasures were hidden. It takes time to find it.
But the question is, will those ninjas in hand and club give him time to find it slowly? "Mr. Lu, are you listening to me?" Finding that Lu Chuang was suddenly silent, Matt couldn't help but reminded. Lu Chuang came back to his senses and nodded. "Listen, that is to say, you are going to hire me to rescue your mistress with you." Ex-girlfriend, Matt corrected. Almost. Lu Chuang smiled slightly. In this case, Lawyer Ma, how much do you plan to pay to hire me? Hearing this, Matt suddenly showed a somewhat embarrassing expression. I plan to pay 200,000 United States dollars. In fact, 200,000 USD is already quite a lot. The reason why Matt showed this expression was because he had just overheard the conversation between Lu Chuang and Weasel, and knew that Lu Chuang had just completed a commission worth 5 million USD. Compared with 5 million United States dollars, his 200,000 United States dollars instantly seemed insignificant. Matt's mood is a little complicated. Is this how mercenaries make money? Lawyer Ma, don't you run a law firm? How can you be so poor? Lu Chuang looked surprised. He knew that lawyers can make a lot of money in America, so Matt should be quite rich. Heartbroken. Matt explained helplessly. The main purpose of our firm is not to make money, so the money we earn is not a lot of money except for maintaining the firm's daily operations. Lawyers are indeed very lucrative, but the law firm opened by Matt and Fudge is located in Hell's Kitchen, surrounded by civilians who don't have much money.
In addition, Matt has his own principles. He is unwilling to serve those bad people, and often helps the poor to file lawsuits for free, so that his income is far less than the normal income of a lawyer's career. Most of his money comes from those innocent people, earned by the rich.
I see. Lu Chuang said cheerfully. However, Lawyer Ma, you may not know who you are just here. Let me introduce my identity to you again. I am the ace mercenary of this bar, and the current commission completion rate remains 100%. In addition, I also have the title of top 10 outstanding mercenaries, the most handsome mercenaries, and the most Chinese-speaking mercenaries. So, you understand what I mean? Matt shook his head, and said honestly, although I don't quite understand what you mean, I can tell that you made up those titles yourself.
I've already said this. Don't you understand what I mean? You're still a lawyer in vain. Lu Chuang looked like he hated iron, but then his expression turned serious. I mean, 200,000 USD doesn't work, you have to pay more.
Matt. Is there anything you can't say directly? Hearing Lu Chuang's words, Matt was not surprised. He knew that his little money was really not enough.
Matt sighed. Sorry, this is already all my property. If there is more, I still have time to collect it, but Erica is in danger at any time now. I don't have much time.
That's it. Well, for the sake of our acquaintance, I'll give you a discount. Lu Chuang narrowed his eyes slightly, and looked at Matt maliciously. However, first you have to promise me one thing. As long as you agree, I will take over this commission. Although Matt couldn't see it, his keen perception ability could feel a strong malice ahead. Putting aside the idea of staying away from the other party, Matt pretended to be calm and asked, "What? Let's talk about it first. Even if it is to save people, I will not promise you to do something that violates the law. Do you have any misunderstandings about me? Why do you always think that I will let you do illegal things?" Lu Chuang innocently clarified his image, and then said, "I promise, this is definitely a trivial matter, and it will never violate your principles and morals." Hearing this, Matt secretly heaved a sigh of relief. After thinking for a moment, he nodded. "Okay, I promise, we will set off to rescue Erica tonight." "No problem." Night, Hell's Kitchen. According to the agreed time, Lu Chuang, wearing a black mask, drove to the destination. This is a dark alley. Lu Chuang got out of the car, and shouted cautiously, "Lawyer Ma, I have arrived at destination. Have you heard my voice? Please answer, over." "Stop shouting, I'm here." A steady voice came from above. Lu Chuang looked up and saw Matt wearing Daredevil's dark red battlesuit, standing upright on the roof of the low building, like the devil in the night, making all the criminals feel chills. However, tonight's demons seemed to be extraordinarily dazzling. I saw Matt standing in the shadows, and the red battlesuit kept emitting red light. It was like a pitch-black firefly, so bright and outstanding. The melancholy eyes, bearded beard, and the two slightly raised horns of the hood completely betrayed him. Matt's hands trembled, trying to suppress the unrest in his heart. "Mr. Lu, I have a question to ask. Why do you want me to smear fluorescent powder on the battlesuit?" What Matt promised Lu Chuang was very simple, that is, evenly spread a pile of powder that Lu Chuang gave on the battlesuit. At first Matt didn't know what that pile of powder was. In line with the idea of keeping the agreement, Matt had to apply these powders to Daredevil's battlesuit.
As a result, at night, after Matt ran out wearing a battle suit, he was inexplicably discovered by a passing gangster on the spot. After a severe beating, Matt realized that the pile of powder turned out to be fluorescent powder. At the moment, the red fluorescence emitted from his body was actually more dazzling than the street lamps.
Daredevil, thus becoming fluorescent. From a demon in the dark night, he instantly became the brightest handsome guy in Hell's Kitchen. Matt knew that he must have been tricked by Lu Chuang. If Matt hadn't been a Catholic, he would have been tempted to swear at this point.
Listen to me to explain to you. Lu Chuang said seriously. That's right, our main purpose this time is to save people, but there are only two of us, so if we rashly break into the enemy's lair like this, the two of us are at risk of being exposed at any time. Quote.
If of us are discovered, let alone saving lives, we may not even be able to protect ourselves, so we have to have a solid plan. Hearing Lu Chuang's explanation, Matt's complexion improved slightly. Indeed, the territory of the Hand and society is not so easy to break into. Matt has a deep understanding of this. After all, what they will face is a group of well-trained neon ninjas, and even his ability is difficult to deal with. Once in trouble, their chances of rescuing Erica will be greatly reduced, which is not what Matt wants to see. It's just that. What does this have to do with phosphors? This is about the plan I'm going to talk about next.
Lu Chuang said slowly. My plan is this: we need one person to expose himself actively and be responsible for attracting the attention of all enemies, and the other person will have the opportunity to sneak in and rescue people secretly. In the words of my hometown, this is called the strategy of turning the tiger away from the mountain. I see. Just follow the plan you said. Matt thinks this plan is reasonable, at least it can avoid a lot of trouble. Seeing this, Lu Chuang's expression immediately became serious. However, the task of the person who chooses to expose himself is very difficult, because this person needs to attract the attention of most enemies, so as to reduce the risk of another being discovered.
That's why I propose that this task must be completed by a person with a very mocking ability.
Matt was silent for a while, and then said blankly, leave this task to me, I will attract the attention of the enemy, you go to rescue Erica.
Lu Chuang gave a thumbs up and praised. As expected of Lawyer Ma, he is really responsible. Since you have said so, then I will not compete with you for this difficult task. Matt didn't answer. He wanted to be in charge of the mission of saving lives. But the problem is, it's hard not to attract attention with his current fluorescent body. He has no choice at all. Let's go quickly. Matt jumped in front of Lu Chuang. He didn't want to waste time. After all, Erica is still in the hands of He Wei. The longer we delay, the more dangerous the other party's situation will be. Wait, I'll get something. As he spoke, Lu Chuang took down a prepared big bag from the motorcycle. Although Matt was puzzled, he didn't ask, and led Lu Chuang quickly through the streets of Hell's Kitchen. Soon, they stopped outside a building. Hiding in the corner, Matt said, I've checked here, and it's a transportation company from Neon, but in fact, the employees inside are all disguised neon ninjas. They won't leave here easily. They are probably hiding somewhere in this company. We better be careful. No problem. As long as these ninjas don't know how to form seals and don't wear colored contact lenses, I'm not afraid of how many of them come. With a confident face, Lu Chuang took out a small instrument from his pocket and handed it to Matt. This is a communicator, which is convenient for our next actions. Matt nodded, and then took the communicator. The two did not enter through the main entrance, but walked into the underground parking garage of the building.
Boom. Suddenly a pistol appeared in Lu Chuang's hand, and he fired a special bullet at the monitor in the underground parking garage. This is a jammer bot from Weasel, which can make the monitor screen play in a loop.
Without the trouble of the monitor, the two quickly found the stairs leading to the top. Erica should be on the upper floors. We'll start searching from Shangyang. No problem. Lu Chuang and Matt are not ordinary people. They ran along the building and rushed to the upper floor of the building.
When they reached the 13th floor, Matt listened to the outside movement in front of the door. After confirming that there was no problem, the two came to the corridor of the building. It was dark here, the lights were all turned off, and the whole environment was as silent as a haunted house, which makes people get goosebumps.
After walking a few steps, Matt suddenly stopped and said in a low voice, "There is movement, hide quickly." Although Lu Chuang does not have Matt's super sense, but he can see in the darkness, there are two souls appearing in the field of vision, walking towards their direction. Without saying a word, he turned and went back to the stairs. But Matt didn't go back. He reacted very quickly, and directly found a suitable corner to hide. For such a scene, Matt obviously has a wealth of experience in coping with it. He clearly knows where the human blind spot is. As long as he is stuck in the blind spot, no one will notice his existence. It is precisely because of this skill that Daredevil has become the Red Devil in the minds of many criminals. They will never know if there is a demon watching you around the corner. As the figures of the two people gradually approached, Matt held his breath, as if merging with the surrounding darkness. Through the super sensory ability, he can feel two people passing by. Just when Matt thought they were going to walk over, the two suddenly turned their heads to look at his position. Who forgot to turn off the light? Ghost. Baga. This is not a ghost, it's an intruder. An intruder has come in. Matt. How could he forget about this? Now that I am hiding in the darkness, in the eyes of outsiders, I may be the brightest existence in the entire room. Bang bang. Suddenly, the short metal stick hit the two figures. Maybe they were stunned by the red light emanating from Matt's body. Before the two could react, they were knocked unconscious by the short metal stick. However, their voices had already spread, and Matt could hear several slight footsteps in the darkness. Just when Matt wanted to hide subconsciously, he heard a loud shout from the front. He is here, his whole body is glowing, grab this guy. Matt paused, letting go of the hidden thought. He sighed, grabbed the metal short stick and rushed directly over. Listening to the sound of fighting from the communicator, Lu Chuang knew that Matt had started to draw hatred. It's time to act. Without wasting any time, Lu Chuang immediately ran upstairs along the stairs. Lawyer Arima is responsible for attracting the attention of the enemy, so that not many people bother him to save people. Definitely, there is one more important thing. That is to steal a total of 30 million United States dollars worth of treasures. In fact, the reason why Lu Chuang asked Matt to apply fluorescent powder was to help him absorb hatred and delay time. With Matt, a natural mocking body in front of him, he could look for valuable treasures without any scruples. Opening the stair door on the 14th floor, Lu Chuang saw a figure in a black ninja uniform coming to him. The other party also noticed him. His face changed suddenly, and the katana in his hand suddenly stabbed at Lu Chuang. Unexpectedly, Lu Chuang suddenly turned around to avoid his attack, changed his hand to a tranquilizer gun, and shot the ninja's thigh. The red-clothed ninja's legs gave way, and he fell to the ground in an instant, and the katana in his hand fell to the ground. Lu Chuang put away the anesthesia gun, replaced it with a pistol and pressed it against the red-clothed ninja's head, and asked, "Quickly tell me, where are all the valuable treasures hidden?" Since the dose of anesthesia this time was not very high, the ninja in red did not pass out, and still retained a sliver of consciousness. Hearing Lu Chuang's words, the ninja in red froze for a moment, as if he didn't expect that Lu Chuang would ask this question. When the red-clothed ninja came back to his senses, he glared at Lu Chuang. Baga. Boom. Lu Chuang raised the butt of his gun and smashed it over, directly interrupting the red-clothed ninja's words. "Speaking of human beings, I'm in a hurry. Where are all the valuable treasures hidden here?" While speaking, Lu Chuang reached out to touch the pocket of the red-clothed ninja. F*K. Don't you bring any money when you go out? The red-clothed ninja was a little confused. He originally thought that the intruder had some kind of special purpose, for example, to save the woman from the previous day, but looking at it now, why does he feel that the other party is more like a simple whereas the robber? Idiot. Boom. Before he could finish speaking, the ninja in red was shot by Lu Chuang. No way, his time is limited, and he can't spend too much time on interrogation. Seeing that the ninja in red had no intention of telling the truth, Lu Chuang simply killed him with a single shot. Lu Chuang saw katana on the ground and used the game system to investigate out of habit. Target meets the requirements. Estimate, 5,000 United States dollars. Lu Chuang raised his brows. How could he find out the value? Without thinking too much, Lu Chuang grabbed katana and threw it into the sack. Although the goal of collecting 30 million United States dollars is still far away, but now it is a little bit. Lu Chuang grabbed the sack and continued to go deeper. When he saw something, he used the game system to investigate. As long as it was a slightly valuable item, he threw it into the sack. After Lu Chuang checked the entire floor, he carried the sack behind him. It is already bulging, and there is only more than half of the space inside. Unlock condition. Steal the treasures of the hand and society, a total of 30 million United States dollars, 14W, 3000W. Isn't it? The total here is less than 200,000 United States dollars? Lu Chuang was very uncomfortable. The sack was half filled, and he didn't even get a piece of it. Did you find Erica? At this time, Matt's panting sound came from the communicator, and it sounded like the other party was running. I haven't found it for the time being. I plan to change the floor and continue searching. Can you still hold it? It should be fine, but hurry up. Okay. Lu Chuang ran down the stairs to the 15th floor and started his search again. Those low-value items were directly ignored by him, and only high-value items were loaded. Soon Lu Chuang's sack was going to be full. After thinking about it, he began to clear out the items with the lowest value in the sack. He even threw away the katana at the beginning, so as not to occupy the space in the sack. After searching this floor, Lu Chuang went to the next floor without stopping. After Lu Chuang searched 2 floors in a row, Matt's voice came from the communicator again. Have you not found it yet? At the moment Matt's voice sounded noticeably weak. He was almost exhausted. His body was full of fluorescent lights in the dark, as if he had a mocking aura, and those ninjas rushed towards him constantly. Matt fought and fled again, and barely resisted the enemy's crazy offensive. There was almost no time to rest during the process. Even Matt, whose body surpassed ordinary people, couldn't help feeling tired at this moment. Hurry up, I'll find it right away. Lu Chuang didn't lie. He did search several floors, but couldn't find Matt's ex-girlfriend Erica. He asked curiously, Lawyer Ma, are you not good enough? Attorney Ma perceived several figures appearing in front of him again. He gritted his teeth. Okay. Immediately afterwards, there was another fierce fighting sound from the communicator. Going to the 18th floor, Lu Chuang was not so lucky this time. As soon as he opened the stair door, Lu Chuang saw 5 faint white souls in the darkness, hidden in various inconspicuous corners. As Lu Chuang moved, the debris piled up in the sack inevitably made a crackling sound, which instantly attracted the attention of these hidden people. Seeing the full sack behind Lu Chuang and the statue protruding from the mouth of the sack inadvertently, the 5 red-clothed ninjas hiding the king's money in the corner were stunned. What's the situation? Their company has been stolen. Without thinking too much, 5 ninjas in red came out from the corner. Their movements were as swift as the wind, and the katana in their hands turned into a cold light and stabbed at various parts of Lu Chuang respectively. The cooperation was extremely tacit, as if they had been rehearsed countless times, and almost blocked all the space for Lu Chuang to dodge. However, Lu Chuang did not intend to dodge, but took out a cylindrical object from his bosom and threw it into the air. Illumination. Following a flash of white light, 5 red ninjas covered their eyes and fell to the ground. Indoors, the effect of the flashbang is simply brought to the extreme. At such a close distance, even these professionally trained ninjas couldn't resist the power of the flashbombs, and directly lost all combat abilities. At the same time, Lu Chuang stood there with tears streaming down his face, muttering in his mouth, "This move is decisive and powerful. It is indeed the magic that Gandalf is best at." It didn't take long for Lu Chuang to regain his eyesight. Seeing the 5 red-clothed ninjas struggling on the ground, Lu Chuang raised his pistol and quickly dealt with them. Lu Chuang groped the wall, and quickly found the switch button. After turning it on, the whole floor instantly became bright. Lu Chuang realized that the decoration here is different from other floors. It looks quite luxurious. Lu Chuang randomly scouted take a look at the vases placed by the corridor. Target is qualified. Estimate: 460,000 United States dollars. Lu Chuang's eyes suddenly lit up. The value of this vase would exceed the total value of his sack. Immediately afterwards, Lu Chuang glanced at the paintings hanging on the wall. Target is eligible. Estimate: $580,000 United States dollars as expected. It's full of great value here. No wonder there are red-clothed ninjas guarding here. It turns out that I have broken into an important place. Thinking of this, Lu Chuang immediately looked into the depths of the corridor. According to the usual urination, the most valuable things must be hidden in the innermost. Soon, he found a somewhat special door. The door was tightly locked, and there was a combination lock on the outside. Lu Chuang didn't have any experience at all with the fine work of unlocking. Fortunately, he was well prepared. He took out a special bomb from his butt pocket and stuck it directly on it, and then hid in a corner. Boom. A violent explosion sounded. Accompanied by thick smoke, a hole was blown out of the original combination lock. Lu Chuang kicked the door open and saw a spacious room inside, so he walked in directly. It seemed that he heard the explosion here, and Matt's voice came from the communicator. What happened? I found a room, which seems to be very simple. Hearing Lu Chuang's words, Matt's expression became serious. This is the site of the hand and meeting. It seems that Lu Chuang may have discovered some secrets of the hand and meeting. He whispered, "What did you find?" "I found it." Just as Lu Chuang was about to answer, he saw a variety of collectibles neatly placed in the depressions on the four walls of the room. Just looking at the surface, he felt that the value was very high. He quickly used the game system to investigate, and his eyes widened instantly. "I'll go. This thing is actually worth 5 million USD, good stuff, put it away first." Matt. Lu Chuang noticed that he had lost his composure, and pretended to be nonchalant and said, "I mean, this place is very different from others. Wait, I seem to see your ex-girlfriend." In the middle of the room, Lu Chuang saw a woman tied to a chair by a rope, and asked through the communicator, "Is she tall and slender, with long hair fluttering, wearing a red dress, and the slit almost reaches the big pants?" "Yes, she is Erica." Matt interrupted Lu Chuang's words, and if it made him continue, he would know where the guy's eyes were aimed. Matt asked anxiously, "How is she doing?" Lu Chuang took out a stick from the sack and poked Erica, but found that she was still. It seems that she is unconscious, but there are no strange marks on her body, so it shouldn't be a big problem. "Rescue Erica, we leave here immediately, their number is increasing," Matt said. In his opinion, since Erica was found, there was no need for them to stay here. However, how could Lu Chuang agree? His achievement task has not been completed yet. If he runs away now, who knows if there will be such a good opportunity in the future. Lu Chuang immediately made an excuse. "Wait. I found that the rope is a little tight. You wait for me to untie the rope. Try to delay the time. Don't let the enemy come over. Otherwise I will be with your ex-girlfriend, it's all over." Seeing that Erica was rescued, Matt didn't have any doubts. He panted heavily. "It's a bit difficult. Those ninjas seem to have noticed the movement on your side, and I can't hold it anymore." In fact, Matt's physical strength could no longer support the high-intensity battle. Now he avoids fighting as much as possible, and uses various props around him to entangle these ninjas. Needless to say, this fighting method is quite effective, especially suitable for his street style. Then use your best profession to hold them back. While Lu Chuang was talking, he threw out all the things in the sack to make room for the collections in the room. "Best profession, you mean a lawyer?" "Yes, communicate with them, hold them back as much as possible, and let all their attention focus on you." "I can't do it, they are neon people, I have never learned Japanese." Matt shook his head. The language of the two sides is completely different, how can they communicate? "Don't worry about it. You can just say a few words in Japanese, anyway, it's enough to attract them. Believe me, their ninjas like talking the most." To be honest, Matt didn't really believe Lu Chuang's words, but thinking about Erica's safety, he had no choice but to drag his exhausted body towards the sensed ninja's position, and tentatively shouted, "Baga, Baga, Lu, you are dead." Although Matt does not understand Japanese, he found that these ninjas blurted out these words the moment they saw him. Presumably it should be the way the Neon Kingdom used to say hello, such as hello or something. As a high-quality lawyer, Matt naturally wanted to greet the other party first. Hearing Matt's words, the ninjas in red were all taken aback, then burst into ferocious anger. "Bagar Road. Idiot, you are dead." The red-clothed ninjas burst out all kinds of Japanese in response. Ked katana and rushed towards Matt like crazy. Seeing that the situation was not good, Matt ran away in a hurry. He didn't know that these words were not used for greetings at all, but for cursing. However, although the way he did it was a bit strange, he managed to attract the attention of these ninjas. During the escape, a group of ninjas appeared within Matt's perception range. Regarding the possibility of Lu Chuang and Erika being exposed, Matt could only bite the bullet and greet again. Baga, Baga, you are dead. Bagar Road. Idiot, you are dead. Amidst the cordial and friendly greetings, the number of pursuers behind Matt gradually increased, and various props around him were used to the extreme by Matt, and the whole building became very lively. Hearing the constant quality greetings from the communicator, Lu Chuang was a little confused. Did I come to Zan? At the same time, in the monitoring room of the building, a man looked at the monitoring screen with an ugly expression. On the at-the-moment monitoring screen, Matt's real-time monitoring screen is being played. In the picture, Matt exudes a red light all over his body, which is especially eye-catching in the dark, as if he is afraid that others will not see him. While running away, he still does not forget to provoke the passing ninjas. Relying on his agility and the assistance of various props, Matt barely escaped the attacks of the ninjas every time, and ran from the 13th floor to the 8th floor. There were more than 20 ninjas chasing him behind him. Too arrogant, really too arrogant. Seeing the ninjas in the hands and club being played by Matt walking their dogs, the man trembled with anger, smashed hard on the table, and roared angrily. What the hell is going on? Where did this intruder get in? Not sure, we are investigating. Several subordinates checked the monitoring screen, and one of them suddenly said, wait, there seems to be a problem with the timing of some monitoring screens, and these screens are being played in a loop. Hearing this, the man's pupils shrank suddenly, and he immediately came to the monitoring console. Call out the surveillance on the 18th floor. Hearing his order, the subordinates quickly operated, and the monitoring screen on the 18th floor was quickly displayed. With the previous example, they instantly noticed something was wrong. These monitoring screens are also playing in a loop. Damn it, someone broke into the 18th floor. The man reacted immediately, and shouted. The intruder has other companions, and their target is the woman who was captured by us. Quickly call out the hidden surveillance in the collection room. Seeing that the surveillance on the 18th floor was passive, the man knew that someone had already broken into there. As for what the opponent's goal is, the man basically guessed it, 100% came for that woman. Other than that, he couldn't think of any other possibility. With the operation of his subordinates, the monitoring picture of the collection room is displayed on the monitoring screen. What caught my eye was Erika, who hadn't moved at all, even the rope hadn't been untied. Could it be that people haven't entered the collection room yet? Just when everyone was wondering, a figure dressed in pitch black appeared on the surveillance screen. I saw him holding a bulging big sack in his hand, standing in front of the wall and looking at the collection, and then picked up one of the collection and weighed it in his hand a few times, as if he was estimating the weight. After he felt that the weight was suitable, he threw the collection into the sack, then picked up the next collection and continued to weigh it in his hands, repeating this process. The man's expression was stiff. What is he doing? It should be stealing something, the subordinates said with some uncertainty. After all, he saw that the other party didn't have the consciousness of being a thief at all, and the action of picking and picking didn't look like a thief. It was more like coming to a wholesale store to buy goods. So, the purpose of his sneaking in here is to steal things? The man finds this fact absurd. You know, this is the site of their hand and meeting. The other party took great pains to sneak in for no other reason than to steal the things they held and met. Isn't this the same as hacking into the Goddess Werther account, not flipping through private albums or doing other things, just to gain attention and follow each other? Men don't believe this statement at all. He believes that the other party is definitely not as simple as a thief, and the other party must have a deeper purpose. At this time, the man found that the sack of the man in the surveillance screen was already full, and seeing that there were still many collectibles that could not be put in, he scratched his head, as if he was distressed. So, he took out another sack from the sack, and then began to pick and choose there, keeping collecting items into the sack. He was sure that the other party was simply here to steal something. He took a deep breath and roared, "Send everyone immediately to the 18th floor to deal with this damned thief." But, Did the intruder ignore it? The subordinate asked. Don't worry about him. He is just a bait, deliberately leading our people to the lower level. The man roared angrily. Give up the pursuit of the intruder immediately, and let everyone go to the 18th floor, otherwise this damn thief will strip our building naked. Baga, Lu, you are dead. A bunch of red-clothed ninjas appeared around him. Matt's expression was numb, and his mouth was a set of quality 3 consecutive. Idiot. Baga roared. Die. The ninjas in red also made a friendly response. Matt thought that the army of ninjas behind him would add a few more people, but the ninjas in red just responded with a few words, but turned around and ran upstairs instead of responding to him. At the same time, the army of ninjas that Matt could perceive behind them also suddenly changed direction, and all of them ran upstairs, and some ninjas even pressed the elevator, intending to go upstairs in a scientific way. Oops. Lu Chuang's actions were discovered. Matt had a bad idea, and immediately said to the communicator, "Get out of there, they have found you, and they are heading to your floor." "No, I haven't finished the work here yet. Not yet resolved?" Matt was shocked. "Is this rope made of titanium alloy? Does it take so long to untie it?" Lu Chuang was speechless. He looked at the game system. Unlock condition. Steal the treasures of the hand and society, a total of 30 million United States dollars, 2300W, 3000W. There is no way. The capacity of the sacks is really limited. Lu Chuang can only try to choose some lightweight and high-value treasures. Even so, the 2 sacks he brought almost can't fit. "I can't wait any longer. Those ninjas are heading to your place now," Matt said anxiously. Hearing Matt's words, Lu Chuang knew that his actions might have been exposed. It is estimated that there are still some hidden cameras in the building that he has not discovered, so his actions will be leaked. Out of curiosity, Lu Chuang asked, "How many people?" "At least 30. "What the hell?" Lu Chuang was dumbfounded. Did he poke a hornet's nest? "Hold on first, I'll come over right away." Matt perceived that the door of the elevator opened. Just as the elevator was about to close, he rushed into the elevator and started a fight with the ninja in the elevator. Looking at the 2 bulging sacks in his hands, and at the tall Erica, Lu Chuang suddenly felt a little melancholy. He seemed to have no way to take everything out. He couldn't leave Erica behind. He was afraid that Matt would find himself desperate. Lu Chuang thought about it, and casually threw a ball of mana to Erica. It didn't take long for Erica to move, and she slowly opened her eyes. Before Erica could speak, Lu Chuang said directly, "Time is running out, so I'll make a long story short. I'm Matt Murdock. Please come to rescue you. There are a lot of ninjas coming towards us now, and now I need your help." Erica is clearly not your average person. Hearing Lu Chuang's explanation, she quickly figured out the situation, and said calmly, "I understand, I will cooperate with your actions next." In fact, Erica is also a powerful assassin. Erica thought that Lu Chuang knew about her combat ability from Matt, so she wanted her help to deal with the coming ninjas. "Give me the weapon, and I'll fight out with you," Erica said. As long as she is given a weapon, Erica believes that she can handle the next battle. "No, I think you misunderstood. I have a more important task for you." Lu Chuang threw one of the sacks to the ground, then picked up an ancient statue worth 4 million United States dollars next to him, and said with a serious expression, "Please help me carry this sack. I can't carry so much by myself. By the way, if it's convenient, help me bring the chamber pot as well. After all, it's quite valuable, thank you." Erica. Beep. The elevator door opened slowly, and Matt stood in the elevator with injuries all over his body, and the red-clothed ninjas were all unconscious at his feet. In such a small space, Matt's skills could not be fully displayed. Even with super perception ability, he was still inevitably injured. Matt perceived for a while, but didn't notice the other red-clothed ninjas. It turns out that the elevator is much faster than running the stairs. When Matt walked out of the elevator with difficulty, he suddenly felt 2 figures coming towards him. It was Lu Chuang and Erica. Seeing Matt's appearance, Lu Chuang said cheerfully, "Hey, isn't this Lawyer Ma? What a coincidence." "You. What are you doing?" Matt was a little dazed. He wondered if there was something wrong with his perception. At the moment Lu Chuang is holding a large sack in his left hand, and pulling an ancient statue of a child file size in his right hand. And Erika's shape is even more weird. I saw that she was wrapped in ropes, and a C4 bomb was tied to her waist and abdomen. Delicate vase. We see that these things are thrown on the ground and no one wants them, and we plan to take them home for waste utilization. Lu Chuang explained. Are you kidding me? Matt's eyelids twitched, and he couldn't tell what was in the sack. This was clearly the treasure house of the hand and meeting. Not obsessed with this question, Matt turned his head towards Erika. Although he didn't know exactly what happened, based on what he knew about Erika, the other party definitely didn't do it voluntarily. Erika, are you okay? What do you think? Erika asked back, looking at Matt with resentful eyes. Yes, she really wasn't voluntary. At first, when Lu Chuang asked to take the sack by herself, Erika refused decisively. I am a top assassin, you actually let me work as a coolie to carry things for you, what a joke. Seeing Erika's firm attitude, Lu Chuang sighed, took out a C4 bomb from his clothes, tied it to Erika's body with a rope, and then sent her a sincere message again with the detonator. Request. For the sake of Lu Chuang's sincerity, Erika finally reluctantly agreed to Lu Chuang's request and left the collection room with the full sack and vase. Originally, Lu Chuang wanted Erika to take the chamber pot made of unknown jade, which was worth 4 million USD, but it was a pity that Erika would rather die than surrender. She would rather the bomb explode on the spot than touch the chamber pot. No way. Lu Chuang had to settle for the next best thing and let Erika take away the vase worth 3 million USD. Thieves don't leave empty space, can be completed. Unlock condition. Steal the treasures of the hand and society, a total of 30 million United States dollars, 3160W, 3000W. Title obtained. Super high school level thief. Including statues and vases, the total value of all treasures has exceeded 30 million United States dollars. However, the achievement task does not show a completed sign. According to Lu Chuang's guess, it may be because he is currently in the territory of the hand and society, and there is still a risk of the treasures being taken back, so these treasures are not really stolen by him. Threat can be regarded as the completion of the task. Stop talking. Let's get out of here quickly. Lu Chuang couldn't help urging. Now he was holding a lot of valuable things. It would be troublesome if he was surrounded by those ninjas, but he didn't care. The main reason was that these treasures would be damaged and lose their value. Matt shook his head. It's too late, those ninjas are coming up the stairs, almost there. Let's fight out head-on. Assassin Erika suggested. No one would be so stupid as to suggest taking an elevator. Thinking about it, everyone knows that the elevator is definitely the worst option. After all, the control of the elevator is in the hands of the enemy. They take the elevator without a screen to step into the prison on their own initiative. You are an assassin, can you stop thinking about frontal raids? With that said, Lu Chuang put the sack and statue in place, smiled at Matt and Erika and said, stand still, I'll take you a shortcut. Matt and Erika looked puzzled. The moment they saw the red ninja appear at the stairs, Lu Chuang suddenly pressed the red button in his hand. Boom. 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 Several huge amounts of explosions sounded one after another on each floor. Matt and Erika felt a violent vibration from the soles of their feet, and a hole with 2 diameters was blown out on the ground not far away. Is this a pre-installed bomb? Matt and Erika were a little surprised. They didn't expect Lu Chuang to have this trick. Go, go, go. Lu Chuang had no hesitation, and took the lead in jumping down from the cave with the sack in the statue. Matt and Erika reacted quickly, and immediately jumped down the hole together. Although there was a little height between the floors, neither of them was an ordinary person. They landed steadily on the next floor. Immediately afterwards, they saw that Lu Chuang did not stop, but rushed to another hole in front, laughed and jumped down. Matt. Erika. I have to admit, this guy is really well prepared. Through the blasted hole, the three jumped all the way to the 14th floor of the building. There is no hole here, but they managed to bypass the red-clothed ninjas blocking the upper stairs, and immediately set off and rushed down the 14th floor to escape. However, those red-clothed ninjas did not give up on their pursuit. Some red-clothed ninjas jumped down from the hole, sticking to their backs and couldn't get rid of them. Not long after, 3 figures rushed out of the underground parking lot. The one running in the front was Erika holding a vase, followed by Matt carrying a sack. He was worried that Erika would not be able to carry so many things, so he offered to share the heaviest burden for Erika the sack. Where did he still look like he was about to die from exhaustion before? Hey, man. As for Lu Chuang, he was carrying the statue in one hand and the sack in the other, and was at the back of the team. Lu Chuang looked back. Those ninjas in red were still persistently chasing after him. The dense red figures made Lu Chuang's scalp tingle. They were about to go all out. At this moment, the three people holding various things ran in front, and a group of red-clothed ninjas chased them behind. Fortunately, no passers-by passed by at this time, otherwise I don't know what kind of picture will be made up by my brain. Lu Chuang felt that it was not a problem to keep running like this, so he said to the two, I suggest that we run separately, otherwise our goal is too big. We can't get rid of so much. Hearing his words, Matt and Erika nodded decisively. Faced with such a situation, running separately is indeed a relatively good way. At least it can disperse most of the enemy's forces, so that at least their pressure is not so great. Okay. Let's run to the front and separate directly, then look at my eyes and act. Matt. I feel you are making things difficult for me. After running for a certain distance, Lu Chuang cast a glance at the two. Without any warning, the three suddenly ran in different directions. Matt did not notice Lu Chuang's eyes, so he kept a straight line running. The sudden change made the red-clothed ninjas who were following behind stunned. How to chase after the three paths? The next moment, they chased Lu Chuang's escape route without any hesitation. Lu Chuang turned his head and saw a large number of red-clothed ninjas running towards him, almost too scared to run. Don't just chase me. There are two people next door. Go and chase them. Lu Chuang hurriedly stepped on his legs and ran away, so many people might overwhelm him. Catch this vile thief. Bagar Road. The thief is dead. With a messy sound, Lu Chuang, together with the red-clothed ninjas, quickly disappeared from the sight of Matt and Erika. Matt and Erika stopped before running a few steps and looked at each other. Erika said with a strange expression, It seems that the helper you invited is quite annoying. Well, I totally agree with that. On the streets of Hell's Kitchen, a crazy chase is going on. Lu Chuang ran wildly, followed by the ninja army behind him. Definitely, they didn't follow directly behind Lu Chuang's butt, but quickly shuttled across the roofs of the low buildings on both sides. Fortunately, their running posture is not a classic ninja run, otherwise Lu Chuang would have been caught up by them long ago. Even so, the distance between the two sides is constantly increasing. Lu Chuang can already feel that those ninjas are very close to him, and he may be caught up in a short time. Lu Chuang looked around, and then turned directly into an alley. At this moment, tearing air sounds hit one after another. Lu Chuang's pupils suddenly zoomed in, and the bullet time started directly. In slow motion, several ninja darts attacked his position from all directions. The adrenaline in Lu Chuang's body was secreting crazily, and his physical fitness soared instantly. He avoided most of the ninja darts with a strange posture, but the ninja darts were too dense. In order to protect the sack and statue in his hand, Lu Chuang resisted some of them. The ninja darts were directly inserted into his body. Suddenly, Lu Chuang felt a numbness from the wound, and his consciousness began to become drowsy. Darts are poisonous. This thought flashed through his mind. Lu Chuang immediately covered his wound, tremblingly put down the statue and the sack in his hand, piled them up in the corner, and then shouted angrily, "Ah! I was shot. Ah! I collapsed." After all, he tried to stay as far away from the statue and the sack as possible, found a feng shui treasure and fell to the ground with his head raised. Seeing Lu Chuang fall, the ninjas in red jumped off the roof and immediately surrounded Lu Chuang, who fell to the ground. Although Lu Chuang's acting skills are a bit exaggerated, they did see that Lu Chuang was shot with several darts. From their point of view, Lu Chuang has completely lost his ability to resist at this moment. After all, their poison can easily stun a fierce man. Beast, let alone human. "We have caught the target," a ninja in red said softly. A man's voice came from the communicator hidden in the ear. "Very well, you bring that damned thief back, and the rest of you will assist another group of teams to capture the other two." Clear. Just as the ninja in red finished speaking, Lu Chuang on the ground suddenly opened his eyes, and his figure suddenly exploded. In the astonished eyes of many red-clothed ninjas, a pair of finely crafted modified pistols appeared in Lu Chuang's hands, and the muzzles suddenly aimed at them and shot out dazzling flames. Bang! 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 The speed of fire of the pistol was extremely fast, and it swept towards the surrounding red ninjas like a submachine gun. Before the nearest red ninjas could react, they were directly pierced through their heads by the golden bullets. In a moment, several red-clothed ninjas fell beside Lu Chuang. The ninjas in red who stood a little further away reacted quickly and immediately dropped smoke bombs on the ground, trying to block Lu Chuang's vision. Suddenly, the alley became filled with smoke. Lu Chuang and the surrounding red ninjas were enveloped in the smoke. However, the smoke did not hinder the actions of the ninjas in red. For these ninjas, this environment seemed to be conducive to their actions. They skillfully hid themselves in the smoke, and their shadowy figures quickly approached where Lu Chuang was, planning to launch a sneak attack on Lu Chuang in the smoke. Just as a ninja in red was about to approach, an arm holding a gun suddenly passed through the smoke, and the muzzle of the gun was aimed directly at his forehead. "Brother, do you want to buy it or hang it?" The figure of Lu Chuang appeared in front of him. He could directly see the souls of these ninjas. Even the dark environment and smoke did not affect him in any way. It's almost like there's no hiding. But the cautious movements of these ninjas made it easier for Lu Chuang to aim. As soon as the words fell, the muzzle of the gun burst into flames again. But Lu Chuang's movements did not stop, but he swung his arms quickly. The ninjas in red in the smoke instantly became moving targets. The companions fell one by one. In just a few seconds, more than a dozen figures fell backwards, leaving only one standing black figure in the smoke. As the smoke gradually dissipated, Lu Chuang, holding two guns, stood still, and the strong smell of blood radiated in the alley. Under the pitch-black environment, Lu Chuang's black mask seemed to blend into the surrounding environment. Under the hood, there were only a pair of looming eyes, and the pupils were zooming strangely, looking at the remaining red-clothed ninjas. Looking at Lu Chuang, who looked like a black god of death, even ninjas who had experienced many battles couldn't help but feel a little shaken in their hearts at this moment. This is not a battle, it is clearly a massacre. Lu Chuang took a step forward, like an evil villain, and said in a gloomy voice, "Sorry, you are already surrounded by me." Elsewhere, Matt and Erica are in a bind. Not long ago, seeing those red-clothed ninjas chasing in the direction of Lu Chuang, before the two could breathe a sigh of relief, Matt suddenly noticed that there were another group of red-clothed ninjas lurking nearby. Matt immediately reminded Erica that there was no Lu Chuang in the middle, the hunt for the ninja. As a result, when the group of ninjas passed by them, they suddenly turned their heads and looked at Matt's position at the same time. They can't be blamed for this. The fluorescent light on Matt's body is so dazzling that it's hard for them not to pay attention. Matt and Erica thought about this as well. They were silent for a while, then decisively dropped the things in their hands, and rushed directly to the group of red-clothed ninjas. It's just that, although their fighting power is not weak, the number of these ninjas completely crushed them, and Matt was injured. The two soon fell to the disadvantage and were beaten back by the ninjas. During the battle, in order to cover the injured Matt, Erica was accidentally hit by the blade of the red ninja a few times. What's worse, they found that the blade was actually mixed with toxin. Erica's face grew paler as time went by. In such a situation, let alone a battle, even the station is about to lose its stability. Realizing Erica's worsening state, Matt's mood almost sank to the bottom. The situation is not good. Hang on, Erica. Matt helped Erica run into a dark corner, and put her down against the wall. At the moment Erica's condition was very bad, and the blood vessels in her neck had begun to show a trace of black lines, which was a sign of poisoning. Although Matt's eyes couldn't see these, he could hear Erica's heart beating too fast, which was probably a sign of heart failure. I'm afraid Erica wouldn't last long. Time is running out. Erica must receive treatment as soon as possible. Whoosh. Just as Matt was about to act, he suddenly heard a tearing air sound coming from behind. Matt's complexion changed abruptly, subconsciously wanting to dodge. However, he suddenly realized that Erica was behind him, so he could only forcefully stop his figure and raise his arms to block in front of him. Accompanied by the sound of piercing into the flesh, A katana cut Matt's arm deeply, and blood flowed out immediately. Fortunately, Matt's daredevil battlesuit is made of special materials, and this katana did not directly cut off his arm, but caused a serious injury. Matt endured the pain, and immediately threw a metal stick towards the red ninja who was attacking him. The iron chain at the end was thrown out instantly, and directly wrapped around the neck of the red ninja, and he grabbed the iron chain and pulled it hard until the ninja suffocated and fainted before letting go. Before Matt could catch his breath, he saw more than a dozen masked figures in red clothes appearing around, all holding katana in their hands, surrounding him and Erika, blocking all escape routes. Faced with such a posture, not to mention that Matt is injured now, even in his peak state, it is difficult for him to deal with so many ninjas alone, and it is even more impossible to leave with a comatose Erika. Perceiving the approaching ninja in red, Matt's forehead kept breaking out in cold sweat, and he could feel that his body was getting weaker. It was obvious that the katana was also mixed with toxin. Take them away. The ninja in red looked at Matt indifferently. Matt clenched his fists tightly, his expression became resolute. He planned to make a final resistance before the poison had fully diffused and he still had fighting power, so that they would have a glimmer of hope of escaping. At this time, these red ninjas were less than 5 meters away from him. Matt's whole body tensed instantly, and he was about to rush towards the red-clothed ninja in front of him. Suddenly, the head of a ninja in red exploded, and scarlet plasma bloomed in midair like a fountain. With inertia, the body of the red ninja slowly fell on its head. The sudden change surprised Matt and the ninjas. Seeing the death of their companions, the ninjas in red immediately realized that there was a sniper lurking nearby. There was no need to remind them. All the ninjas immediately threw smoke bombs to hide themselves, and even Matt beside him was implicated in the smoke. However, the hidden snipers did not suffer because of this. Pissed. In the smoke, the sound of the red-clothed ninja being headshot rang out continuously, almost without any pause, as if each shot could hit a red-clothed ninja with incomparable precision, and the obstruction of the smoke did not hinder the sniper at all. However, what is even more strange is that there are ninjas in red hiding behind the bunker, and they will be shot in the head inexplicably. To the death, they did not understand where the bullets came from. No matter how they hide, there are still ninjas who are still being shot. With such unpredictable bullet trajectories, the rest of the ninjas in red couldn't find the sniper's position at all. Even if they wanted to stop the sniper, they couldn't do it. They could only watch their companions fall one by one. This kind of waiting to die, the sense of desperation broke them down. But the snipers didn't care what they thought, and harvested the ecology of the rest of the ninjas leisurely. In less than 20 seconds, broken corpses were scattered in a pool of blood on the ground. Looking around, none of the corpses was complete. All of them had their heads blown off precisely. The pool of blood on the ground reflected a disgusting scarlet luster, and a pungent bloody smell gradually permeated the air. Perceiving the scene of such a flesh and blood slaughterhouse, Matt's face was very ugly, and he guarded his surroundings vigilantly. Although the secret sniper killed all the red-clothed ninjas, he didn't know the identity of the other party, and he couldn't be sure what the other party's purpose was for the time being. Not long after, he heard the sound of an engine, followed by a familiar voice. "Lawyer Ma, are you okay? You look very bad." Lu Chuang parked in front of Matt on a motorcycle with a sniper rifle in his hand. Obviously he was the sniper in the dark. "It's you?" Matt asked in shock. Although he has met Lu Chuang several times, he has never seen Lu Chuang's true strength. The only time he fought against each other is not to be mentioned. Matt hopes to seal up that memory forever. Anyway, this was the first time Matt saw Lu Chuang take a shot. Although Lu Chuang sniped these red ninjas in secret, Matt's perception is so sensitive. He knew exactly how these ninjas in red were slaughtered. The marksmanship that violated the laws of science was simply beyond imagination. Matt put himself into it from another angle, but he found that he had no way to deal with it. In the long-distance situation, he probably won't end up any better than these red-clothed ninjas. After all, that kind of marksmanship is really hard to guard against. Lu Chuang raised his eyebrows. "That's right, who else but me?" Matt perceived that the statue and the sack were placed on the back seat of the motorcycle by Lu Chuang, and it seemed that there was not much damage. He said with a complicated expression, So, those ninjas who hunted you have been killed by you? Yes, surrounded by me alone. Lu Chuang nodded. After getting rid of those ninjas in red, Lu Chuang found his motorcycle and drove over. He was not worried that he would not find Matt's location, because he installed a locator in the communicator, so he could locate Matt at any time. Special location. Hearing Lu Chuang's words, Matt felt a little complicated. In the case of being hunted down, Lu Chuang can still easily deal with so many red ninjas, which is far stronger than he imagined. At this moment, Matt suddenly felt a sense of weakness, and fell to the ground uncontrollably. 2. Lu Chuang quickly got out of the car to check. Lawyer Ma, are you injured? Matt trembled all over, gritted his teeth and said, there is poison on their weapons. Erica and I are both poisoned. Don't worry about me. Send Erica to the hospital. She will not be able to hold on anymore. Are you poisoned? Lu Chuang narrowed his eyes slightly, looked at the dark spot of Matt and Erica's soul, and said relaxedly, say it earlier, there is no need to go to the hospital for this injury. As he said that, Lu Chuang threw out 2 balls of mana directly, injecting the soul weight of Matt and Erica. Matt couldn't see mana, but he could feel that his body was recovering rapidly, and the severe pain from the original wound was also relieved until it disappeared completely. At the same time, he could hear Erica's heart rate gradually returning to normal, no longer affected by the toxin. Matt asked in disbelief. What is this? I've said it a long time ago, I'm a priest, and I know a little bit about magic. Under Lu Chuang's mana, all the toxins remaining in Matt and Erica's bodies have been removed, and even the wounds have a tendency to heal. After this period of research, Lu Chuang found that his mana tended to be more soul-oriented. Not only could he directly see the soul, but he could even purify the filth of the soul, and it had a restraining effect on dark creatures like vampires. Lu Chuang suspects that the ability to take the initiative to confide in people may also be derived from his mana. Lu Chuang thought about it carefully. Aren't these skills the supporting skills of priests? However, shouldn't the priest still have the holy light? Where did his holy light go? Lu Chuang touched his chin, tentatively controlling the flow of mana to his body. With his control, the mana gradually radiated from his body, but the mana did not dissipate because of this, but wrapped Lu Chuang's whole body, like a layer of invisible armor covering him. Lu Chuang didn't notice, but Matt in front of him suddenly opened his eyes wide and looked at him in disbelief. In Matt's eyes, Lu Chuang became blurred at this moment, and a group of white shadows could be faintly seen, exuding a holy halo, and his whole body was filled with a strong aura of light. Lu Chuang's appearance was completely unclear, but Matt could inexplicably feel that the other party's expression was full of pity, piety and faith. Yes, Matt saw it with his own eyes. As if his eyes had healed, he saw Lu Chuang like this. This is holy light? Matt couldn't believe it, and for some reason, the word came naturally to his mind. At this time, Lu Chuang also noticed his own strangeness, mainly because he found that the surrounding environment became particularly bright. When he looked down, he saw that he was emitting 180 degrees of light, which was much brighter than Matt in front of him. Even brighter. Is this the holy light? Lu Chuang, who discovered this, was excited at the time. It turns out that he also has holy light. Seeing Matt's expression, Lu Chuang smiled triumphantly. Be stupid. Let's see if you dare to question my priesthood in the future. Now that I even have the holy light, even if God comes, I must be a priest. Lu Chuang felt that he had to give Matt something more shocking, so that the other party would be convinced. Ever since, Matt saw the blurred shadow of Lu Chuang, and the halo on his body began to move, slowly gathering towards his head. At the moment Matt's heart was in shock, so his sight also subconsciously followed the movement of the halo, staring at Lu Chuang's head. Next moment, the mana gathered in Lu Chuang's head suddenly exploded. All halo effects are instantly transformed into a strong light, which is extremely dazzling like a flash bomb. Well, Matt immediately covered his eyes in pain. He never thought that he, a blind man, could experience the feeling of being blind again in his lifetime. What a crime. At the moment, Lu Chuang's head was so dazzling that he couldn't look directly at it, as if a high-power flashlight had hit his head. In this situation, how could Matt feel any holiness or piety? He turned around quickly, did not dare to look at Lu Chuang again, for fear that his eyes would be blinded again. Seeing Matt's reaction, Lu Chuang scratched his head in doubt. This reaction is not right. Isn't the Lord Buddha in Journey to the West all acting like this? With a halo hanging on his head, he looks very compelling. At this time, he shouldn't be shocked, thinking that I am the spokesperson of God in the world talent, right? Lu Chuang prepared all the lines, the key is that Matt didn't cooperate. Well, at this moment, Erica suddenly moved. The toxins in her body had been completely removed, and the danger to her life was eliminated, so she woke up. Turns out, when she opened her eyes, she saw the sun. Ah! My eyes! Lu Chuang. So, he solved all these ninjas by himself? Perceiving the broken corpses all over the floor, Matt nodded with a complicated expression. He has his own set of principles. As a Catholic and a lawyer, he believes that he is not qualified to judge the lives of others, so he has set himself the principle of never killing people. And Lu Chuang's ruthless style of acting obviously completely conflicted with his principles. However, Lu Chuang saved his and Erica's lives just now, and now he has no position to say anything. After seeing Matt nodding, Erica glanced at Lu Chuang in surprise, but she didn't realize that the helper Matt invited was so powerful that he wiped out the entire ninja team with just one person. Reminiscent of the picture she saw just after waking up, Erica felt a little suspicious, but she didn't say anything. Since I escaped, shouldn't you help me untie this? Erica pointed to the bomb that was still tied to her body. She didn't remove the bomb during the whole process, because she was worried that the bomb would explode directly when it was removed. After all, this kind of explosion setting is not uncommon. Don't worry about it. Where are my things? Lu Chuang looked around, but didn't find his sack and vase. At the moment Lu Chuang has turned off the special effect of the holy light, and he found that when he turned on the special effect of the holy light, the external mana was also starting to be consumed crazily, and his mana recovery speed couldn't keep up at all, and after Matt and under Erica's strong opposition, he could only turn off the special effects of the holy light. Matt and I have thrown it away before, and it should still be around now. Threatened by bombs, Erica walks away exhausted. After a while, she came back with a sack and a vase, and said, "It seems that this vase is very strong. I threw it on the ground before the battle, and there was no sign of breaking it." What the hell? Lu Chuang quickly checked the vase with the game system, and he was relieved when he found that the value had not decreased. This vase is worth $3 million United States dollars. If it is damaged, his achievement mission will be completely ruined, and he doesn't want to take the risk to go back to that building again. Can we deactivate the bomb now? Oh, no problem. Lu Chuang came back to his senses, grabbed the bomb on Erica's body, and pulled it hard to dismantle it. Erica. Okay, give me the things, and then we will go back to our respective houses and find our mothers. Although Erica felt a little uncomfortable, she was still going to hand over the sack into Lu Chuang. However, at the moment, she suddenly noticed that the ninja in red, who had been stunned by Madeler at first, woke up and stood up slowly behind Lu Chuang. Careful. Erica was shocked, and immediately picked up the vase in her hand and smashed it down. Clang. As the red-clothed ninja fell down again, the vase shattered into countless pieces. After finishing off the ninja in red, Erica said to Lu Chuang with a cold face, "You don't need to thank me, you saved me twice, now it's offset once, and I still owe you a favor." Lu Chuang. Looking at the fragments of vases all over the floor, his breathing suddenly became rapid. Thieves don't leave empty space, can be completed. Unlock condition. Steal the treasures of the hand and society, a total of 30 million United States dollars, 2860W, 3000W. Title obtained. Super high school level thief. Without the vase, the total value dropped below 30 million in an instant. Thank you. Now I can't wait to kill you. Lu Chuang's eyes were red. The completion of the achievement task was just in front of him, but he was manipulated by Erica's mastery, and his achievement task was directly wiped out. In anger, Lu Chuang forgot to turn off the game system, just in time to scout Erica in front of him. Target meets the conditions, value, 10 million United States dollars. Lu Chuang was stunned for a moment. Wait. Erica was defeated by the hand and the society and brought back, which means that Erica is about the same as the trophy of the 1000-piece society? And Erika was originally a top assassin, at least much stronger than those red-clothed ninjas, so she was considered a treasure no matter what. As for the value of assassins, Muduo said. Looking at Erika in front of him, Lu Chuang grinned and said cheerfully, "Anyway, if you have time, why don't you return the favor on the spot?" Erika raised her brows and asked in confusion, "Now? How can I pay back?" "It's very simple, just help me carry this to the motorcycle," Lu Chuang said as he picked up the sack. Hearing this, Erika instantly understood. Lu Chuang didn't want to owe others favors, so he deliberately used this method to offset them. "I really didn't see it, this guy actually has such a gentleman's side?" Erika was very surprised. She suddenly felt that Lu Chuang was quite a good person, and said, "Well, since you want to do this, don't regret it." Erika grabbed the sack and walked to the motorcycle, and thoughtfully fixed the sack with the rope on her body. However, just as she was about to turn around and say something, she saw a tranquilizer gun suddenly appearing in Lu Chuang's hand, and shot directly at her. Erika rolled her eyes and fell into a coma for the third time. "Our favor cancels out." Lu Chuang hugged Erika, who was about to fall, and threw her onto the motorcycle, then sat in the driver's seat, turned the accelerator suddenly, and drove the motorcycle away. Only to hear Lu Chuang's voice floating from a distance. "Lawyer Ma, borrow it from your ex-girlfriend and return it to you when you run out. Matt."